Hi, I'm Stefanie Wainwright. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, and my life is chaotic all the time. So I created this podcast to help you find the funny, the good, while navigating through the chaos. This is Chaotic Compass Podcast.
Okay, so what is up, guys? Hey, it's Stefanie here, Chaotic Compass. I am sipping solo tonight. Lots to talk about. Apparently you guys are like, hey, what's a life update? What's going on with you and the kids? And so I've had 2 questions about that within the last week, which is weird, but here it is. So, and I honestly didn't have a whole lot to talk about this week because I'm like, we've got a lot going on. And so basically, lots of news. I have started a new job. Yeah. I still do a lot for both of the companies as far as, figuring out the money end of things, but I've gotten a quote, real job now. Yeah. Let's dive into that a little bit. So, I am a project manager for a restoration company now. Basically, you have a fire or water damage in your house. I come in with the company that I work for and we put it back together. We even have a side that, can remove all of what is the issue, the fire damage, the water damage. But my job is to work with my crews and to put it back together. So, yeah, I started 4 days ago. Haven't even had a whole week there. Learned a lot. Still learning. Have a lot to learn. But, yeah. So on top of 4 kids going in completely different directions, 2 businesses, an ADHD husband, I now have a real job outside of the house. I haven't told anybody. The only people that knew really were my husband, obviously. Ryan knew. And I had eventually told my kids. Well, just 2 of them, actually, just Kylie and Liam, my 2, because they were going to be the most affected by it. So, yeah, it's been a very hectic last 4 days. I'm completely exhausted. I'm just learning so much and I'm like, okay, so what in my brain has to go away in order for me to absorb some of this so it doesn't go in one ear and out the other? So is it like the NSYNC lyrics from 1999 or am I gonna forget about the quadratic formula? So what's gonna be dissolved out of my brain? Or is it my kids' names? I think that's pretty much where I've been at this week of, I just point and just like, hey, can you help me? Because I'm like completely fried. Not that I've forgotten my kids' names. Love you guys, but I just can only absorb so much. Yeah, it's been a hot minute week. Started off Monday. And so my plan right now is to, on the way I'm taking Kylie to school, then just head to work. So my office is about 25 minutes from my home, but you can really do a lot of the stuff that I do remotely. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that I'm at work, but I try to be quote at work by 7:30. And then I typically leave by 3:30 so I could be here by 4 to get the afternoon bus. So Ryan's morning bus bitch and Stephanie's afternoon bus bitch. So yeah, I've been completely immersed in their policies and procedures and their programs and getting reacclimated with using an iPad, which you really, I use an iPhone on a daily basis, but when you double, triple the size and you're like, wait, where is this? And you just feel clunky. I feel like I'm riding a bike with no training wheels for the first time. So I'm just like, it's just clunky, and a lot of self-doubt. A lot of self-doubt has been creeping in about my abilities, and my confidence is shot because I'm starting something new. And I know construction I know some, I don't know a lot. I know the orders of operations, but it's been years since I've actually had to use that knowledge, and so it's a lot. But yeah, I hadn't told anybody. I hadn't even told my parents, and they literally live in this house. I hadn't told any of my friends, and so I was just I was more ashamed because of where, I've been pushing our businesses, and I've been so immersed in our businesses, and I feel like I failed in our businesses right now, just because they're not to the standpoint of being able to afford me. I haven't had a pay raise since I started the job, and with all of the inflation, it's like I needed to do something. So it's been a lot, but still, keeping the lights on, still paying the bills, still trying to keep Ryan organized. And he's had to step up and take a lot off of my plate. I literally had the conversation with him again about mental load, and it's like, we had gone out Tuesday for date night, and we just went to our local bar, and we were just going to get, some wings and some, crappy bar food. I mean, it's not crappy, it's decent. And so I've been exhausted. Every time I get home, I'm just done. And we had one of the guys that, is a local guy that goes to that bar a lot. He sat down to our table, and we were trying to have a date night. And because this is the first time Ryan and I had actually sat down without any kids in a hot minute, and no going in which direction. And we were just trying to spend time. And then this guy sat down, and he was, just talking with us, and just, it's not like we had a bad time. It's just Ryan and I didn't really get a date night. And then when we came home from date night, the refrigerator decided, the freezer decided it didn't want to make ice. Every so often, our freezer, the little ice maker gets frozen, and so you have to take a hairdryer to it. It's once every couple months, and it decided to do that on Tuesday. It couldn't wait until Sunday, when I've actually had a good night's sleep and I'm not completely mentally exhausted. And it was like, I don't have the ability to handle this. And it was like, okay, so are you going to take care of this now, or are you going to take care of this in the morning? And then if you take care of this in the morning, then you got to get up extra early in order to do that, in order to make ice to put in your water that you need for work. So either way, you're not getting a lot of sleep tonight. And I was done. And I literally was like, fuck it. And Ryan went down there and took care of it. And luckily I had ice in the morning. So, but it's just the mental load that is on my shoulders right now, because I feel complete defeat that I wasn't able to get the business to a certain financial standpoint this year. I mean, we did really well. I mean, comparatively to last year, we were up 15-20% over last year, which is good. We just had some rough months. June was amazing, but August was brutal. Because it was just so fucking windy. Same thing with September. It was so fucking windy. I think we've had so many weekends where it's blown or it had gale warnings. And you can't go fishing in that. And so we've had a lot of cancellations, a lot of refunds. I think I had 10 grand worth of refunds this year. You can't, and I have to eat all of those credit card fees. That's almost 3% in credit card fees that I have to eat right there. And so it's hard. It's hard to see, something that you've busted your ass so hard for and put so much into, and to see it not do as well as you wanted it to. And it's not that we're going to close up shop. It's just we have to do it a little bit differently. And so Ryan's taking the phone with him and answering the calls because, we can't afford anybody right now. And so he's doing the mobile marine repair while answering the phones. And this time of the year, the phone isn't really ringing off the hook, so it's working right now, but it's just a Band-Aid. And so we're just trying to figure it out as far as getting through the off season and getting it to a better position to start. And then once the money starts coming in, then figure out. And then that way, the business doesn't have to pay for me in the off season. And so that's a big chunk of change. And so, but I'm still doing it. I'm still paying the bills, figuring out how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, trying to prep for the off season. I'm just not talking to customers. I'm not keeping the customers straight. And I'm not organizing anything with the crew. So it's been a huge downshift from that side of it. And it's been pretty hard. And then on top of that, all 4 kids are still in all of their things. With Kylie, she's got plays. So this week is tech week. So she's staying at school until 9:00 at night. And then having to go and pick her up, or she's there till 8:30. And then Isla's in the, one of the plays with her. And so, like tonight, Isla's at the rehearsal with her. And so, and then Kylie has some theatrical thing on Saturday where she has to be at the school at like 6:30 in the morning and then won't be back to the school until like 7. Gary's in cornhole club and a drama club. And those stay after school Wednesday until late and Thursday until late. Liam's wrapping up with soccer, but we've still got one more game this weekend, and so, and then Isla's in the play with Kylie, and it's like, and Isla's got, like this morning, Isla had she's been struggling with her freaking ears and ear infections, so she had a doctor's appointment, and yeah. Oh, no, it was on there, but, we totally forgot that she had a doctor's appointment. Her mom came to pick her up this morning and it was here at 7:30 and it was like, oh shit, sorry, we forgot. So it's just been so much. And the one thing that keeps pushing on my mind, it's like, okay, I heard that, I can't remember who said this. I think it was a John Maxwell quote, but I'm not 100% sure who said it, but it was like, live like nobody else now, so you can live like nobody else then. So basically, bust your ass now, and not necessarily like hustle culture, like burnout, which I'm sure it is, but nobody else is out there running 2 businesses and working a full-time job and managing 4 kids and an ADHD husband. And if you are, cool, but I'm not living like anybody else right now. I feel like if I'm still busting my ass with this company that I'm starting with now and busting my ass with the 2 businesses, it's going to pay off in the end. And so I'm trying to, my goal right now is to pay down our debt. And I think that is definitely going to happen significantly if I can just get over this hump, get over the hump of learning a new, not really a new, but, learning, immersing myself into this trade, learning more about construction and immersing myself into that, and then getting our businesses through the off season. If I can just get to May, just get to the beginning of June, I feel like, and I keep seeing the 1, 2, 3s. They're still there. 3, 2, 1s, and keep pushing through. And I think if I just keep pushing through, and I can get to June. Now watch. We're gonna come back, and I'm gonna be recording in June, and I'm gonna play this little snippet and be like, "Bitch, you lied," or "Bitch, you were so crazy. Like, I'm so burnt out." But that's how I lived in 2020 is I burnt the candle at both ends. I was working full-time for a real, full-time for a real job. I use air quotes there. If you're not watching me on YouTube, by the way, I'm on YouTube, just saying. But back then I worked a real job and I was helping Ryan. And we only had 2 kids and we had all 4 every other weekend. So, I feel like everything is amplified. But I have the potential right now for exponential growth in this business that I just took this job for. Not only has the salary massively increased, the base salary, I have the potential for making a crazy amount for commissions. They pay on the profits that your job makes. I've never had that before. Now, I'm not saying that I'm like money motivated here, and I'm excited to see how well I actually do in this business. But it's something that's just that added tick. So it's like I'm already making more than what I was making before, with our companies or what the companies were able to pay me for. But I still have the ability to make even more than that. And so it's scary in a sense, because I'm afraid that I'm going to set a bar so high for myself, because nobody else is setting the bar for me. The bars that the company has set, I have to make so much per transaction. Well, I have to make so much a month in job revenue, which is pretty low if in retrospect. It's pretty minimal. And so I have to make X number of dollars per month, per 6 months, and per year. So it's not them that's putting the expectations on me. It's myself. Because I want to be good at what I do. And then I have to take a step back and I'm like, listen to yourself a couple of episodes, Stefanie, when you were talking about, well, you are literally looking at everybody else and who's been in it for years, decades even. And you're trying to compare yourself to that. They started off new. They started off at some point. So you have to look at them and be like, okay, that's what long term, that's what I could get to. And I'm looking at some of these guys and they're still making mistakes, but this week and I keep telling my boss this, I'm like, wow, this has been a really interesting lesson of, the things that are in the trade and how you guys do stuff, but I'm also learning what not to do. Like, yes, you need to get the change order signed first before you do the work. I mean, that's common sense. But, when you're in the thick of it and you're just rolling, you're just pushing, you're just trying to get to the end, but you're not going to get paid on that commission because they're not going to pay that money. I mean, you might have some people that are honest and good, but if you don't have a change order signed before you do the work, you're kind of setting yourself up. I'm learning this. The bending over backwards and doing favors or trying to pull money where there's no money, it's just been interesting to see a lot of the things of what not to do this week. And so it's like these guys have been in the business for years and decades and they're still making mistakes. And so it's like, be easy on yourself. You're not perfect. You're not a godsend to construction, Stefanie. Like, just be easy with yourself. And my boss is so considerate and so, easygoing when it comes to that, because he's like, I'm going to teach you and I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to walk through this step by step. I was literally like, hey, how you guys do stuff isn't how I was doing it when I was in construction years ago. So it's not only do I have that time gap of between when I was doing construction and now, and how different it was from when I got out in 2020 into how it is now, how much it's exponentially, increased with the pricing or what new freaking codes and ordinances have changed since then. It's not even that. It's literally I don't even know where I'm going with that, but it's the amount. I'm holding myself to a higher standard than I need to be. My boss is being very gentle with reintroducing me to what they do and how they're doing it. And he has way more confidence in me than I have in myself. It's literally like dealing with Ryan. He has so much confidence in my abilities, and then I'm literally in my own way. And so, I don't have any grace and patience when it comes to myself. Because I give it to everybody else, right? I'm giving it to everybody else. Why would I give my own self grace and patience? I'm having a hard time with just accepting the fact that I am imperfect. I could tell you that. Like, yes, I'm not a perfect person. But when I hold myself to a task, it's like, I have to do it right. I have to do it right and fast. I have to do it correctly the first time, So I'm just trying to have grace. I'm trying to have patience. I'm trying to preach, or I'm trying to listen to the words that I'm preaching to you guys. I'm trying to actually in real time take a minute, take a step back, think about where I'm at. And it's like, no, you haven't been in this for decades, Stefanie. So why would you think that you're going to be as good as that guy? My other problem is that the only girls that work in the office with me are the office girls. Women. I apologize. I'm not trying to be derogatory here. And it's the office manager, the customer coordinator, accounts payable, accounts receivable, and the project management assistant. Those are the only girls in there. I'm the only girl project manager. That's it. Me. And it's intimidating. But oh my God, these guys have been so nice. They were like, hey, I've got this really small job and I was wondering, next week, do you want to meet with me on Wednesday? And I wanted to walk you through and, show you how I do what I do. Because I was like, that would be so cool if I could see not only how my boss does it or wants it done, but to see how each and every one of these guys operates. And the one dude, Chris, they're all in their 50s and 60s, which even makes it even more crazier. I'm like the youngest project manager by far and the only one with a vagina. It's insane. And so it's already a steep climb. I'm already like, you're so young. What are you doing here? You're looking for your dad. Like, nobody said that, but that's what I'm thinking in my head. Nobody, and they've all been so nice. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody has actually said these words to me. They've never, ever been a jackass to me yet. And, they how dudes have like the back and forth banter, the locker room talk or whatever. Not really locker room talk, but they had the back and forth of poking fun. And then they're like, oh, we should stop. There's a girl. And I'm like, what the fuck? You guys like, you could literally not say anything to me that right now that I would blush at. And they're like, okay, all right. And then they keep going. And I'm like, that's what you didn't want to say in front of me. Like, I heard words come out of my mother's mouth. Like, what the fuck? So it's been a huge adjustment. For me, I really love being around people, intelligent people. And when I work at home, I got 4 walls and a computer. And so it's nice. But the mental load that I'm carrying around, it's just a lot, just so much stuff that I'm trying to absorb and just make sure that I retain. It's intense. So it's been a week. But so if you guys don't know, and I know that you do, but I'm speaking to the newbies that are here, because I keep like, it's insane the growth that, like, when I keep consistent, it's insane the growth. Like last week I wasn't able to because I had to be at my son's soccer game, and so, but soccer is almost over and I'm becoming more consistent, and so it's been insane the amount of growth, and so I'm really proud of the new people that are coming in and finding me. So I appreciate you guys sharing and talking about me. And so for the newbies that are coming on in, I sip and I bitch and I talk about all of the things. This week we're just catching up on life and what's going on in Stefanie's life, as if you care, but it's more of about how I'm navigating through hard stuff. And so everybody's got hard shit. So Stefanie navigates it through sipping and bitching. This week, we are drinking Swilled Dog. Hopefully, I don't know if it'll, there we go. Swilled Dog. It's a cider. Mango ginger. Let's see. Do we have any information about... Okay, so good vibes in paradise. Crisp mango, lively ginger, refreshing ripe apple. Our flavorful hard ciders are handcrafted in West Virginia to bring together friends and family looking for a good time. We believe in making an impact in the communities we serve and chasing squirrels and good games of fetch. That's awesome. And it has a cute little dog on the back, Lucy Pickles. Lead apple fetcher. Aw, that is so cute, you guys. So swilledDog.com, and they're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You guys, look, it's got a cute little picture of their dog on the back, you guys. That's so awesome. Hey, if you can't see this and you're listening to this on podcast, go check it out on YouTube. So that is adorable. I'm in love with just the story right now. So this is my favorite part, you guys. So we're going to pop the top right here. Oh, that's good thing I have a protector on the microphone. Good Lord. What the heck? I got everywhere. My bad. Sorry. Oh, I don't know about that. It smells weird. I was sold with the story. All right. Cheers to a hectic week, guys. Hope you're doing better than me. Oh. Ooh. I don't know about that. I don't know. It's like a vinegary. Maybe it's the ginger? I don't know. Hopefully they have different flavors. Maybe I can find their original, their base. Because I love their cute little story and like that they're, local, and they're not really local. I mean, West Virginia is just the next state over, but I don't know, y'all. It's 6.9%. It's pretty stout for a cider. But back to my tried and true. It's Sly Clyde, so wash down that. I don't know what that is. I got 5 more in the fridge. I really wish, like, guys out there in the cider world, if you're hearing me, please, if you could just sell one at a time so I can try it out. And then if I really love it, I'm going to buy the 6-pack. I'm going to buy a 12-pack. Like, if I really love it, but I would like to be able to try it. And I don't want to have to drive all the way to West Virginia to try your shit. So how do I try these things? And then now I'm stuck with 5 more in the refrigerator, and my husband's going to have to drink it. And I know he's not going to like it. So how do you live? How do you do your life with just being able to try one cider? Hit the table. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. So ramping up, getting back to things. I'm going to bring in Kylie next week. Well, that's the plan. And then in 2 weeks is my hubby. I think we've got, hold on, let me look at the calendar. Actually, no. We've got, so I'm going to try to do Kylie next week. And then the week after, I've got a special guest and I'm super excited to have her on. So that's not a family member. And I'm super excited about that one. I completely forgot. I've got the calendar here. And then it's Thanksgiving. And I think that that's the one where my husband is going to pop in. So we've got lots of crazy. It's November. Oh, and my birthday is coming up too. I'm going to be old as shit. So my birthday's coming up. My sister's birthday is coming up. We got Thanksgiving coming up. And then, basically Christmas and New Year's. And then we die. So, yeah, we've got lots of things going on. So, as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And have a great day, night.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of your love and support. If you really loved today's episode, you should subscribe. And if you subscribe, then you get notifications of when my next episode launches. So another way to be super awesome would be to leave a rating and review or recommend it to your friends and family. If you're wicked awesome, you've already done all three. Another way to keep up with me and my crazy family is check out my website at chaoticcompass.com, and I do blog and other stuff there. So I appreciate everything for you guys. I do this for you, so keep it up, because the more you subscribe, the more I do.